actions speak louder than words, but sometimes it seems like words speak louder than actions. Just watch your news. Well, it's your boy Jonas over here. You know the drill. Subscribe, like, comment on my channel if you want to be in the know first before everybody else about what's going on. This week I hit a major milestone before I get to what we're going to talk about. I officially have hit the 100 subscriber mark. I want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers who subscribed to my channel. I've been doing this since August of 2017, last year. And so big thanks. And if you join the club and if you subscribe, you'll be able to know about what's happening first, and you're going to be a little bit more special. So what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell so you get notified when those videos come out. So, of course, Uber has revolutionized pretty much the gig industry, the gig economy, and over the years following Uber, we've had some food delivery platforms such as DoorDash, GrubHub, and also Postmates. And but this video, I'm going to talk about, do a little comparison, talk about some things I like and dislike about GrubHub and DoorDash. I have not done Postmates yet before, maybe sometime soon because they don't have it in my marketing region out here. But here's what I want to talk about. So DoorDash, I started doing that one, and pretty much both DoorDash and GrubHub is you deliver food from restaurants to the customers. Sometimes the customers will order the food at the restaurant on the app, on either one of those two apps, and then what will happen is the DoorDash or the GrubHub delivery person will get a ping and will get a notification that there's an order there, and will allow them to accept it if they're willing to do so. So with DoorDash, and so I started with that, and there's just some things I have to say about it. Like, just some pros. It covers a larger area in a metro, in a big city, compared to GrubHub, which is what I really love. And the other thing is on the maps, it shows which areas tend to be slow or tend to be busy within a certain time. It updates like every couple minutes, and sometimes, so if it's like more yellow or more gray, that means it's busy. It's a lot of people delivering, so maybe avoid those areas. And if it's red, more red it is, of course, that's good. That means you get to, like, it's a chance, you know, there's a demand for more delivery drivers. So that's one thing I enjoyed about DoorDash. So I could see where the demand is, and you can see before you even try to accept it. Typically, they recommend scheduling blocks to accept deliveries, and I've heard some things that if you try to schedule blocks, you know, of course, you just right there on the spot, whenever you see the map, you know, red, they could deactivate you. But I think, never has happened to me, but I encourage you to just do some research about that. And one of the other things also is they offer a bonus in that specific area or a specific day for deliveries, and so it'll show that on the map, and they usually range about $1 to $3 bonus delivery. So a typical average delivery for me on DoorDash would end up being at about $8 average. So let's say I get a $10 bonus. So that's $8 delivery is a $10 delivery right there. And so, and it's like, that's 20% difference. And now this is not going to happen every time, but it's going to happen specific times. So most definitely. So it will give you, you'll be notified when that happens. So definitely encourage you guys to check it out. Also multiple regions. So it's not like you get like a whole metro area. There's like multiple areas. So recommend picking one that's close to your area and one where there's that you think was more popular. Especially, I like trying downtown because that's where all the fancy restaurants is, and that's where the only downside is that there's traffic. So of course, a lot of cars, and you know, parking can be really pretty much of a hassle. so pretty real risky. So I don't know how is it like in your town, but definitely make sure to be careful with downtown deliveries for the availability of parking. So the other thing is it's guaranteed pay at $10 an hour. However, I did not get my guarantee. Haven't had to deal with that yet, so kind of wondering. But anyways, it's $10 hour guarantee, but only during lunch and during dinner hours, and you must get about 1.3 average deliveries per hour. So in a typical hour, the most person typically get is like 2 to 3, but usually 2. So you have to make sure you get 2 deliveries off and on if you're doing like 2-3 hours, and above that, do a couple of those, but just make sure if you just get 1 delivery per hour, which has happened to me quite a bit, you don't want to qualify for that. So no uniform is required for DoorDash deliveries to accept them or to take them. You just need to have your bag, of course. I have one here for GrubHub. DoorDash gives a similar bag, of course. For any extras, you do have to pay like online requested, and there is a charge for that. So easier to get in touch with support with DoorDash, like if you have an issue with an order, like if you're late or the customers didn't give you the right address. And I've had to do it a couple times, and they text you, and it's easy to text them. So it's really pretty cool, and more time to deliver items. So anyways, like if you're probably in between, if you have a longer delivery time and if you decide to want to get just a quick drink, you could. It's somewhat easy, but what I mostly recommend is if you're on a dash, recommend getting to that delivery as quick as you can, and then hopefully you'll be able to get as many deliveries, get 2 or 3 possibly if you're lucky. You get closer to that, and that means more money in your pocket. So definitely you can average, some hour you can get like $16 or $20, it depends. So those were some of the good things I have to say about DoorDash. So about some of the downsides, the cons about it is the slow and the less deliveries. Of course, I've noticed with them. So there'd be a lot of downtime I would have with DoorDash, and I did it for like about a week, and it's like, of course, now this will depend on the area and the day. And so like my area, I'm not really sure how popular DoorDash or GrubHub, which one's out of the two are more popular from what I've researched. But I think for DoorDash, typically around Salt Lake City, tends to be slow. And of course, one day, of course, I was getting quite a bit of delivery. So there's a lot of downtime. That's one thing my biggest criticism of DoorDash. The other is the rating requirements. Not that I try to do bad or I want to do bad or encourage anyone to just slack off or do whatever. I do encourage whatever delivery platform you're on to do the best you can. Any job you have, do the best you can, because you never know what it can get you. It can get you an extra tip. It can get you maybe an opportunity, maybe new friends. But there's rating requirements. So DoorDash, like, minimum rating requirement to stay on the platform is like around a 4.5, 4.4, depending on what your requirements is in your market. I would encourage you guys to check it out on DoorDash's website. And so, but of course, you can run into one person sometime, and they might give you a lower rating. And I've had my rating drop from a 5 to getting to like around a 4.91. And so I usually get consistently 5-star ratings. So. And also it tracks how many minutes late you are, so that can also affect your ability to get shops, depending on certain things. But whenever I try to be late, I let the customer know, or I just make sure I keep everyone on top, just make sure, because satisfaction, try to make sure people are satisfied with their order and really happy, because it will do you a whole lot. It will help you a lot. So right there. The other one is must schedule a block to accept deliveries. This is the case with DoorDash, and you have to schedule the time block, and it's typically you can't, like, let's say you end a block. Also, you cannot accept another time block for at least like another 30 minutes afterwards, or you can't have it like you, of course, go to the next 30 minutes. If once you're in, you got to wait 30 minutes before you can be able to accept and get another block assigned. So it's kind of like it's easy to have an empty time right there. And so, whereas with DoorDash, with GrubHub, should I say, Grubhub, when when your block ends, you could extend your block easily like that. And with DoorDash you can, but it's like once it's over, you cannot, like, particularly what happens is you cannot, of course, go to another like area, or if you want to go to another area, like, of course you have to wait quite a bit. So that's the only problem. And then you must use a company card for some deliveries, so that's what DoorDash sends you, pretty much. Like, for a good chunk of them you don't have to use a company card, but at least you don't have to pay. But yeah, you know, of course it'd be sometimes you lose that card. You must wait longer for some deliveries, and that's what I've had to do with the downtime. Only one bag is provided, like the one I just showed you guys earlier in the video, for deliveries. And I mean, it's enough a lot of times, but sometimes you might get those big orders where you don't have enough space to put it in. So, but as much as you can, make sure to put the food in that bag and leave it there until you get to the customer's home, and open it when you get to the customer's home so they know it's hot and fresh. There's always a good chance they could give you a lower rating if it's not that way. So very, very, very important, guys. So I want to talk about GrubHub on the other hand. So GrubHub typically offers better pay. Sorry to interrupt. Now, for those, I got a referral code for DoorDash. I can't technically post it on here according to their policies, but if you can just, if you want to sign up for DoorDash, please shoot me an email, and I will give you a referral code and for just get you signed up. And I also get a bonus as well, definitely, and I think you also do. So yeah, I definitely highly encourage that. My email is jmb3202@gmail.com. I don't have a referral link for GrubHub yet, but soon I will, so be on the lookout for that. Now going back to GrubHub, the pay has typically been better for me with GrubHub, and so they get, like, typically like in an hour I would average about 16, 17 bucks, whereas with DoorDash it would be more like 8 or 9. So GrubHub about like 16, 17, assuming I get deliveries. Now, assuming that, like, I don't get any, so after the first week of doing GrubHub, assuming you get deliveries ordered on time, meet some requirements, you get a guaranteed pay of 11 bucks an hour, regardless if you get deliveries and time of day. Unlike with DoorDash, whether it's lunch or whatever, you qualify for the 11 bucks an hour guaranteed pay. So you could be having 2 hours of no deliveries, sitting in your car doing whatever, and you're still making money. So so definitely is beneficial. And I could, you know, if I want to just do something else right there, you know, it's easy to do it. But I just always be on the lookout for any deliveries while you're on shift. It's mainly important. And you know, if you're doing something like Uber, and you know, if you get an Uber like ride in your area, for example, during your GrubHub Dash, you know, of course, it's a way to make extra money on top potentially, and until you get a delivery, or you know, even if you don't get a delivery, hey, you're making way more. So. But the only thing is, you got to have a block assigned to get the extra pay, to get the guaranteed pay. So, and you got to, of course, make sure you accept deliveries and try not to decline them much. So another one is no rating. That, unlike with DoorDash, there's not a rating they assign you, but of course they do track on how much your acceptance, and also like you're completing, you know, of course, the deliveries. There's not like a star rating, like a 5.0 or 4.5. It doesn't take consideration if you're late, but try not to be late. Make sure you get your orders in as early as you can. Still most important, because they'll make the customer happy, and of course they'll save your butt, of course. And they give you big bags. So I just showed you this bag over here with GrubHub. So with this one right here, there's this other bag. This is a bigger bag I got with them, and they gave it to me for free. And that's especially good with pizzas, with any big orders that are like twice the size of your typical DoorDash orders or GrubHub, which you get. No block required to accept deliveries, which is pretty awesome. It's like I don't have to commit myself, and I can still get deliveries if I really want to go somewhere else. But recommend doing a block, because that's how you get the guaranteed pay, and we all want to get the most for our money and want to, you know, make bank on this, of course. Perks, that's what GrubHub has, like, of course, with like Meineke, and also with with Stride Health. Encourage you guys check it out. It's not much, but it's a little bit. You get mileage pay also on a lot of your deliveries, of course, as an extra bonus. So like I said, the pay is better with GrubHub, of course, and less wait than DoorDash. GrubHub for me has been pretty busy. I get more deliveries on that than I do with DoorDash, but it's going to vary depending on your market, your city or town or whatever. Downside about it with GrubHub, however, is because nobody's perfect, is you have to wear a uniform for deliveries, of course. Like, you don't have to wear your hat, but it'd be cool. But wear your shirt, so you like that you get as well, and then make sure to bring your GrubHub bags, definitely, so they will easily identify you as a GrubHub delivery driver. And I've done that, and easily I can be tracked down, and it's like, wow, they get to see me. It makes things much quicker, and it adds credibility when you're delivering, when you're getting orders from the restaurant, getting to the customer. And other thing is, with downside is less time to deliver items. So you're in much more of a rush with GrubHub than you are with DoorDash. You get less time to deliver stuff, so you kind of have to rush with things. But then again, it's not too bad because they don't really be too harsh if you're at 3 minutes late, as DoorDash would be. But like, of course, when you're late, it can affect your rating with DoorDash. I don't have anything about Postmates, just because I haven't done it, so I can't say much. But as I've told you, some of the, like, what both of these platforms have in terms of what they offer, regardless of what I said, most importantly, try to use your judgment at this and determine what's best for you. But I really think that GrubHub is king and it's prime when it comes to food deliveries, and I'm going to kind of stick with GrubHub because I'm able to get more deliveries, and even if I don't get deliveries, I make some hourly earnings. And if I'm doing some other gig while waiting for the other earnings, I'm making about as much as I would making deliveries. So it's all about, for me, we're doing these things, I'm averaging about close to $18 an hour. And things are just getting started, so I'm pretty excited, and it's a chance to make some decent money, and you don't need a college degree, and most definitely it's something. And even if you have like a good job, it's an extra money opportunity, and pretty much. And like I said, the best thing to do is as you're doing this is just treat your customers the way they treat you, of course, and just show them all the respect you can, act like you care about them, just ensure the satisfaction as most you can, smile at them, say, hi, how are you doing, and thanks for ordering with DoorDash GrubHub. And I'm just going to show you, so I'm pretty much done right now, but I'm going to just show you some pictures, of kind of how it's worked for me, DoorDash and GrubHub, and just kind of show you which cities might be favorable to do one or the other. So I'm going to show it to you right now.